We are live. Let me post in Discord. And then let's get into it. And all right. Wait, why is my chat not showing up? A refresh browser. There we go. What's up, Ribcub? What's up, Sean? What's up, Inner Space? What's up, Fire Dragon? How's it going? All right, chat wasn't showing up for a sec, but we're good now. My deck is so free to play. I know, right? No, it's crazy. Do this. All right, let me get the deck saved. Perfect. Stage channel talk? Yeah. Apparently there's a couple things said on the stage channel yesterday. Let me pull it up while we're doing some games. So apparently there's gonna be, this is what I was told. Apparently there's gonna be a content update coming sometime in like February. Or March, maybe. February, March. They're gonna add an SP mini and several regular minis. There will also be many fixes to the progression system. And there will be, it sounds like a lot of this stuff will be coming after Lunar New Year, which is like late February, I believe. I think Lunar New Year is the 25th, I think. And then there should be no delays for update 9. And then they kind of talked about Friendless and like how it was like a priority, like if the game were to go global, then. But basically it sounds like people are saying like this sounds like the updates are like going global. So we'll see. Lunar New Year's the 11th. Okay. I can't watch the stage channel yet. It's not uploaded yet. I was hoping to listen to it while we were streaming today, but it's not uploaded. Santo hasn't uploaded the stage channel yet, so we can't listen to it. Not yet, at least. Getting on this? Yeah, apparently. So, I mean, the fact that they're doing another update makes me think they're pretty confident that the system that they implemented, and this is what I've been saying all along, the system that they implemented was good enough to push the game global, but they just needed to fix things about it, which is what I've been saying. So that's not too far off. Yeah, so apparently we're going to be probably getting info within the next couple weeks. And I mean, also there's like, we still have the whole entire season 3, right? So some exciting stuff, That's I wasn't able to listen to the stage channel because I was playing in Clash Mini Worlds last night, which you guys will see the results for soon. I should probably, yeah. Will there be any compensations? What do you mean like compensations for what? So honestly, some pretty exciting stuff. When is the game's not out globally yet, but there's a hope that it could be within the next couple months. All we can do is hope for it. All right. Probably want to go. I probably want to upgrade Taylor here. In all honesty, going for specialist. I don't want to. Headhunter. I could go Headhunter upgrade. Yeah, let's do a Headhunter. Oh gosh. Oh no, I just rolled past it. Alright. Thankfully I had a lot of rerolls, so I could just get right back to it. That would have been really bad. Alright. Gizmo's taken down. Countess just gonna start TPing all over the place. The Gizmo takedown's huge. And yeah, that's GG. Boom, let's go. From one pay-to-win player to another, I beat Battle Machine. Let's go. Velcro, why do you think this game's not going global? Out of curiosity. Like, what about it makes it not global worthy, in your opinion? Ooh, healing tile. That's going to be good with Sailor. Yeah, we can definitely just do this. Like, really. There was a stage channel, yeah. There was a stage channel last night. It was like a surprise stage channel. Supposedly it was just supposed to be casual, but we got some juicy info. Apparently. I wasn't listening in it because I was playing in a competition, but supposedly there's some. We're getting like a new SP mini, we're getting other new minis. Update coming. Update information coming probably like around Lunar New Year, probably after. What's up, Abu? How's it going? When the update season 4? It'll probably be around season 4 if I had to guess. Yes. We don't know, like nothing's 100% confirmed yet. We're gonna find the VOD of the stage channel. It's not up yet. I was hoping to listen to it while during the stream, but it's not up yet. Santos slacking. Game needs a little more modes in my opinion. Brawl Stars is terrible at least, but there were enough game modes. People keep interested. See, even though like Rumble exists, I still find myself consistently playing duels. And like events. Like I only do events for the challenges. Like if it wasn't for challenges or anything, I'd do my couple event games and then just not touch events again. You know? I don't know what it is. There's always just something about like duels. Alright, let's grab. Do I want to go HP deal here? No, I feel like I want to do damage to injured. I feel like that's going to be better. The VOD just dropped? No way. Oh my god, it did. Let's go. That's literally perfect timing. Yo, stay on top of it with like... Yo, the VOD just dropped. Let's go. Alright, hold on. Let me turn the sound effects and music down. And then...
Oh, frick, I can hear myself twice now. I'm making progress.
All right, does that sound good? Does that sound? Oh, Draco pinged me too on Discord. Let's go. All right, did the audio sound good? Could y'all hear it?
Hey guys, I can't see you. Now I can hear myself twice. Yeah, this is going swimmingly. We're using Discord. I know. Like, is this new app to you guys? Okay, that's probably gonna be good. I'm
Perfect.
helping. I'm trying my best. All right, hello everyone. Hello stagers.
Hello.
I have this
Oh, this is
dragon guy who's been around with me for a while on the state channels, but we have two new faces that have never been co-hosts on state channel. So identify yourselves, intruders.
Hi. Well, I'm Mazda. My
oh,
my
Mazda's
username
mic
is
is
DC
so low.
Mazda. You can call
Can
me
y'all
Mazda
hear
for
it?
short.
Like, is the audio good?
I'm just
Can everybody
a
hear it?
subreddit post mod, and I'm just a casual fan, just like you guys. And yeah, I'm so honored to be here with you, Frame, and thank you for the opportunity and stuff.
Welcome, Master.
Hello everyone, I'm Samko. I am a mod here on the Discord, and yeah, I've played the game since the beginning.
Hello, Samko. It's the first time everybody has heard your voice. And same with you, Master, as well.
I mean, sorry.
More or less.
Yeah, sorry.
Big review.
That's something interesting in the stage channel. Yeah, we're
Scoob is
we're
tearing-
re-listening to it
tearing
right
off
now
his
because
face,
it's available.
Screaming.
Just to be clear. Wait, just to be clear, okay? Panda Banda and Samko Pando are two different people, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes,
it's
very
very
much.
funny because apparently our community really likes pandas. So there's plenty of people with panda in the name. And it took me a while to figure out if that is the same person or completely different person. It's because like, Panda Banda has been like harassing me on Twitter for a long time with a lot of like, this is bad, that is bad, that is bad. But then I realized like Samko is just like completely chill. Like he's like, oh yeah, like let's run some rumbles, like all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like it took me a while. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it took me maybe a week or so to kind of figure out, okay, these are completely different people. Like there is nothing related to these people. But yeah, I mean,
That's funny.
That was like at the beginning, like when you just
Oh, no.
became on. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm actually
Maybe
my-
Panda Banda is Samko's Twitter personality.
maybe.
Ooh, big brain.
Yep, that must
Yeah.
be it.
No, I'm the one that's Sam the Pando on Twitter. So if you see him, that's me.
Yeah,
That is even more confusing because you rhyme with Panda Banda. What is happening right now? Why are pandas everywhere?
yeah, right. It's actually kind of funny that all of us three have animals as profile pictures: the dragon, the panda, and the bird.
And then you have Frame, a
And
human,
then you have Frame.
A hat.
a prince.
Cyber Prince, please.
Oh yeah, it's Cyber Prince, right?
All right, everybody's audio is fine except
You have the
Mazda's.
cyber
Mazda's is
decoration,
really
at
low,
least.
so
Oh, I don't see that on iPad. I'm sorry. I should
Oh.
probably change that.
I mean,
Oh, are
yeah,
you gonna change
this
it to-
stage
are you gonna
channel
buy
was
one day we
supposed
will
to
get
mainly
win?
just be
Yeah,
like
one day
super
we will
casual.
have Clash Mini frame for people on Discord.
Yes. Oh, Tubby's in the chat. Hello, Tubby. Frame, give me a battle machine, please. Yeah, Frame, why aren't you giving us all battle machines? Moist
Yeah,
Potato
please.
paid so much for the Moist Potato for his battle machine. Where's my battle machine? I need 85 more pulls.
Only 85? That's good. I am releasing a YouTube video with Clash Mini video right after stage channel.
Oh,
And breaking news, I got Hog Rider. You will never believe how I got it. So please make sure to watch the video because it's super mind-blowing.
Okay.
I definitely use like all the dev hacks that you would anticipate. So,
dev hacks. Oh,
Mind sharing them. They're like extremely casual here. We need them, Frame. We need them.
well, if you tap 16 times in the top right corner, you will get a cheat menu. So go ahead. It's
Oh, I should be
like
doing
playing,
that.
so I play actually 3 different accounts. So I play one that is like from a dev perspective, like as a high end player, at like top whatever, like 500, 1000, whatever. And then I have like kind of like the earliest account, which is like the one that I play on YouTube, like for the videos. That one is like vanilla, like just playing as a normal player, like nothing special. And then I have like just a burner account that I always play for for new content. So basically, every time we release a new update, I play completely as a brand new player. So yeah. So I run a lot of games, and it's a little bit confusing when you switch accounts on SCID. So
Got nothing in one poll.
Okay, so now we know there's an undercover frame for the new players. So I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
yeah, I try my best to also not be like up to date with like decks and stuff. So I try to like be creative and build my own stuff. Pretty rarely I follow the decks that have been made already.
Yeah.
But how are you guys doing? How is Update 8 for you?
I'm actually playing a lot of Update 8 as of now. I managed to luck, I don't know, but after months of bad luck, a couple of weeks, a couple of days ago, I managed to unlock a couple
You
of
got
new
Apprentice
minis.
Monk? Let's go. Yeah, we're listening to the stage channel now.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot more recently, and I've gotten pretty lucky, I would say. I have a good amount of SP heroes for minis, and some new minis that just released. So it's pretty nice.
I'm doing phenomenal. I think I'm collector level 154, almost maxed. Yeah, but I'm still missing Inferno Warden and Headhunter, so that's not good. But I got all the SP units, that's cool. But I haven't got Battle Machine.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty much like a high-end level player. I think that's
Yeah.
like pretty decent already. Like you're at like a top 1% of the players, pretty much.
Let's go.
So it's definitely on the high-end side. And I like to remind people that this game is made to be played for a while instead of like rushing through the content. And I think in like a lower tier, like top like 200 trophies, like people are really having a lot of fun because they're unlocking things pretty fast.
What's up, Shiyu? How's it going?
And then you kind of start slowing down, and I think that's fine. Like I think like that's intended. But I know, and I kind of agreed with a lot of you in terms of like the gacha experience and all that stuff that's been like delivered in a way that just didn't have time to be polished. And now that we have plenty of feedback, we are working on another update. So good times. I think this update is going to be a little bit. Yeah, so the current timeline for the update is looking pretty solid in terms of like being like having quite a bit of content and then just releasing it over time. Spoiler: there is a new SP mini coming. That is going to be.
Oh no.
But plenty of other stuff as well.
Moist
Don't worry
potato.
about it.
Moist potato
Moist
is crying.
Get ready. Moist potato and Spoob, get ready to scream at your videos and freak out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun content. Don't worry about it.
We're going to be seeing more ice baths.
Yeah, well, maybe even hot bath. Who knows? How Spoob is. There's plenty of challenges. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. And then we're doing some optimizations around collector levels and the overall progression. So we're trying to fix as much as we can. And yeah, more details to come.
Okay, so basically, to summarize what was just said there, in case it was hard to hear, there's going to be an update coming. Content's going to roll out over time. There's going to be a new SP mini as well as other things, and there's plenty of content to come. And the timeline's looking pretty solid. So to me, that sounds like we could be getting the update probably towards the end of February, rolling into March season. If I had to guess, that would be where my head's at with the timeline that Frame is kind of talking about. So I'd probably say we should be expecting something. We'll probably have sneak peeks. If the update comes end of February, which is a guess, we'll probably have sneak peeks like mid-February. So probably within like the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll start having update content. And that is pretty promising to sounding like the game is getting closer to global launch.
We are like basically working hard before Lunar New Year begins because, as you know, Shanghai pretty big on Lunar New Year, the biggest holiday over here. So a lot of us will be taking around 10 to 14 days off because that is like, for example, for Christmas we don't really celebrate. For New Year we don't really celebrate, so we kind of like save that all up to go nuts on the New Year. And so that is the general heads up to you. If you Google when is Lunar New Year, you will get February 9th to February 16th or 17th, depending on the country. So I'm going to be kind of in that time frame, and for that time we will prepare some content to roll out. But after Lunar New Year, there's going to be a lot of excitement. So there's going to be, yeah, we'll have some news to share. And so yeah, get excited for some stuff. And there's going to be a lot of content to unlock and some tweaks and improvements that we could make it. And then creators will find out soon, and hopefully we'll get something rolling. Other than that,
Nice.
even though we said this is a chill state channel, I just wanted to give you a heads up on this because I feel like you guys deserve an update on how things are going. But overall, even though obviously there was some negativity on social media in terms of like overall, situation of the game, I think in like the 90% of the audience actually does like the game and still plays it quite a bit. So that's good news. I think for all the criticism that we've got and that we are addressing, I think the majority of the player base is actually loving the game, including people that I know in my family. So that's a good sign. That, like, the casuals like are playing the
You can
game.
hear the munching.
What?
Samko told me it wasn't here. It was you couldn't hear it. All right, well I won't
Wait,
munch.
what?
That's pretty
I was eating-
exciting. So it sounds like they feel pretty comfortable with how the game's going, that a lot of people are like enjoying the update, like despite all the I mean, let's be honest, if you look at a game's like social media presence, a lot of the time the most vocal comments are the negative comments. You don't really see like so many things about like, hey, this is awesome, you're doing a great job. Like, I mean, that's just kind of the nature of social media, unfortunately, is that like you see a lot more negativity about things than you do the positive things. So I feel like a lot of people do actually enjoy I find myself playing the game a lot more than I did before update 8. Like before, like in update 7, I would just do like the season and then not really play. The only time I would play would literally be to make a deck video. And so I'd create a deck, I'd play 10 games with it. If I had above a 70% win rate, so if I win 7 out of 10 games, then I'll create a video on it. That was basically the content strategy before the update. Now since update 8 came out, I find myself playing a lot more, doing my daily quests, which has helped me create better decks in a sense. But yeah, I think a majority of the people who are playing the update actually enjoy the update, which is what Frame had said. And that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. So things are sounding pretty promising.
Eating it.
Yeah, 250 tokens for a box is pretty
I was
bad.
eating peanuts.
Oh, that's.
I didn't know you could hear it. What the frick? Okay.
I can't. But it does muffle. It does muffle. It did muffle frame a bit. I don't know why, but yeah.
Oh, that was Frame's mic that was muffling.
Ah.
Because I could hear a muffle as well.
My fault.
Yeah. Your voice goes down every so often.
Oh, it's okay. That's why I'm recording this video separately, and I'm looking at my iPhone, so don't worry about it.
Right.
But yeah, anything you guys are curious about, or anything, like, just go ahead and shoot. Let me know.
Oh, I mean,
All right. I'm gonna start. I don't think I wanna get the overall state of the game right. I don't want to focus on that that much. I already get enough of that on moderating the subreddit. But I did have a question that sparked my curiosity, and I wanted to know your opinion on that. but it's about the classes, the mini classes. In my opinion, I do think they are a bit too strong for their for what they can do. So I was. Do you think mini classes are too strong? What do you think? What does the dev team think?
Well, it's ultimately up to Donghang.
So if you guys didn't hear, I know Mazda's a little bit hard to hear, but he was basically asking about the classes in game and asking if the team feels that the classes in the game are too strong, and how do they feel about it? So
Fan to figure out the balance of classes. Originally, when we were designing classes, I remember we did not want to make a big deal out of it. We wanted to basically to be used as like a guideline for the new players to be like, oh, this totally works, like Archer Queen and Archer and Barbarian King and that kind of stuff, and for them to learn like what to combine and how to use these. The problem with classes at that point was that they were kind of like a very irrelevant. Like you could pretty much ignore them in terms of what bonus you could have gotten, and you could have just like randomly like picked the deck that worked for you before and just win. That didn't feel satisfying at all. And then we buffed them, and then that basically unlocked something that we kind of figure out we could double down on, which is kind of like what kind of wacky combos you can get with like decks that people haven't tried yet, or at least the combinations that people haven't tried yet. And I still believe that people focus a little bit too much on the 4 mini class combos instead of like diversifying classes a little bit. But yeah, it is on our radar in the next balance update. We're discussing this actually right now with our creators as to like what kind of balance changes we can apply before the break, and then see how that goes. So there's constant discussion with creators in terms of like all the balancing. You know, FullFrontage and Chat and Spoob are out there like talking to us all the time about the upcoming changes, and they're giving us feedback like on the spot. Like there's no filtering. Like if they think something should be tweaked or adjusted or whatever, we take that into consideration. Now that's not to say that we listen to 100% of the time, obviously, because they don't have the data to just take a look at like what is actually going on. The problem is a lot of the feedback that comes from like the players that are like in the top, like that are like above 3,000 trophies, are the majority of the players. And so the people that play at 3,000 plus trophies are the people that basically know 100% how the game works, and then they matchmake with those people as well. And it's like it's a separate bubble of the game. Like like when it's just like a completely different experience versus like the people that are actually playing the game for fun and just like progressing slowly and just chilling out, right? And so we have to take those people into consideration as well. And it's different, like almost like a completely different game. Like imagine like sitting on 500, 600 trophies and like relaxing and winning and losing and kind of like mixing
Data
and matching
mentioned.
and figuring out the game. That's pretty much the player base. And so again, it is valuable to balance the game based on a high end stuff. But at the same time, like a lot of the players are not going to reach that, and they sometimes don't even have like a need to reach that. They get a skin maybe, and that's pretty much it. And if they're climbing for the avatar, that's like the kind of the hardcore part. And I did see the feedback on like Abdude's Twitter for like Capix actually said like I really wish they could add like even high, like top 1,000 achievement or like custom whatever it is, like, right? And I'm a huge fan of that. I played World of Warcraft, like I played World of Warcraft for like 16 years, okay? So it's like I know how achievements can be valuable and custom rewards that can like 0.01% people get, and then you can kind of show off and kind of like brag about it. But the reality of the game is that is not going to bring us any closer to a game being for the majority of the players, because that motivation is actually really hard to muster and kind of like achieve and get those rewards, because you need to dedicate a lot of time into the game. And the majority of our players simply are people that are like just chilling out and playing the game for like a few minutes per day. And we need to serve those players much better. And who uses that? We did. People that that are using silver keys to get just basic skins. That's why I'm playing that account on my YouTube channel. I want to see the experience for like the quote unquote like higher end player, and see how that goes. For example, I don't even have all the classic skins yet, so it's like I'm just looking forward to getting more silver keys and using them. I don't have the problem with like and by the way, my other account has like a pile of silver keys. So it's like it's I need to get the sense of all the angles of the game in order to make a give feedback to anyone on the team is as to like how I feel. So that's just like a short version on like how it's my view, not just on classes, but like just on the overall balance of the game. And I'm glad that, like, for example, Stube has started making free-to-play series, because that is something that is, to me, actually more valuable to watch. And I wish more people would make new accounts and just play the game and see like how does it work if you don't pay, if you do pay, how much like progression, like how is it going, is it fast, is it slow, that kind of stuff. So
People saying it's so boring. I hate it. Help me.
No.
and I think it is boring for some people because they're so used to the previous versions of the game. I think if we never had update 1 to 7 and we just launched with update 8, not many people would actually complain, because yeah, I mean, like progression is slow, but if you compare it to any other game, a lot of games actually, like it is really tough to get like that so much content unlocked so quickly and then have something else to pursue. So part of the adventure is to get the new minis and hope you get what you want. And to me, at least, that's exciting. But again, I know for a lot of you, it isn't because you're so used to update 1 to 7. So yeah, it's a work in progress. And again, that's not to say that we made a perfect update. We just need to work and improve it. So.
There we go.
Yeah, so basically what Frame had said there, to summarize all that was like a 5-minute spiel. We are talking to the team about balance changes. We are giving our feedback. No, they don't always listen to us, but at least they're open to hearing us. Some of the things that they haven't listened to has resulted in things being slightly overpowered. And some things they have listened to and they're changing, and hopefully it'll be for the better. But yeah, we're still talking to them about it. We're talking to them about classes, talking about what classes are too strong, how classes feel, how classes should be. We're having a super in-depth discussion about classes and everything like that right now. But the team is very receptive to it. They're having conversations with us. They talk to us about data, and everything like that. And one of the things that we as creators try to get the team to remember is that, like, especially when talking about the data and presenting things like Battle Machine or other SP units, we talk to them about like, oh, they're like, oh, the usage rate is low, and it's like, are you looking at the usage rate of all players? Because if you're looking at the usage rate of Battle Machine, when a lot of people are playing the game, of course the usage rate for Battle Machine is going to be low, because probably 95% of the player base doesn't even have Battle Machine unlocked. So of course the usage rate is going to be low, because you're looking at 95% of the data for people who don't have Battle Machine. So it's like, what are you looking at specifically when you're talking about this usage rate data? And sometimes I feel like that's overlooked. So we try to have that kind of conversation with the team when we're talking about balance changes like that. Free to play series. I am personally having a fantastic time with my free to play series. I'm not sure what Spurp's talking to play has been a lot of fun to unlock. There are some pain points that I've had with this free to play series. I went through a super long dry spell of where I went from collector level 51 to collector level 68. I went 17 collector levels and didn't unlock a single new mini. To me, that's a little bit drastic in my opinion of like a shift in terms of free to play versus non free to play. So I definitely think that needs a change. But it sounds like the team's working on that. It sounds like the team's talking about how to make the progression system a bit better. So that's that's at least a good sign. So, but yeah, I think free to play. If you haven't created a free to play account and you're watching the stream, try it. Try to make a free to play account. See what you think. See how the game feels. I think the game feels better from a free to play perspective. Like, obviously, like I know the game, so it's like I know what things I want to unlock and everything like that. So it's a little bit different. It's harder for a veteran player to go to a free to play and get like a true like full experience what it's like to be a new player. You can get what it's like to be a free to play player, but it's hard to be a new player when you've already played the game for so long. But the experience is still really fun. I think the pace that you unlock things is good. I think it could be improved slightly. Like I said, the pain points of the collector level and not getting a single mini, you feel like you're not getting good progression and everything like that. But all in all, I'd say progression system feels pretty good. Like it's more positive than negative. But yeah, if you haven't tried a free to play account, then definitely give it a shot.
Oh, we got Trick.
Hi, Trick. Hello.
It is
Intruder alert.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning?
good
Can
night.
you even
Yeah.
say it's good morning?
No, it's not morning for me.
It's like 10, 11 p.m. now.
It is 9:30. It's
Hey,
not
yeah.
that late.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit close. Okay, yeah. How are you doing, Trick?
I'm good. I figured I'd join. I saw everyone here. I thought this was gonna be super late, and I figured I'd be sleeping by that time, so I didn't even think about it. And then I saw that people were on, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna join in and listen about Clash Mini while I play Clash Mini. So
How's your update experience been, Trick?
I'm pretty bad at this game
Oh no.
because sometimes I just don't think. Well,
Fair
most
enough.
times I don't think.
I
And
can
then
vouch for that one.
Well, all right. And then, yeah, it's been honestly it's been good, but I feel like I mean going off Frame's point, I feel like I need to start fresh. 'Cause I still have all my old stuff, and it's just like I don't have that progression experience. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, like the whole unlocking duplicates is frustrating. But again, remind yourself that doesn't happen on new accounts. Like if you unlock a mini, that's a new mini to you. Like you ain't gonna get any duplicates. So it's like, is that the perfect explanation and like the reason to not like fix it? Not really. But again, like pressure counts.
Yeah.
Spool would disagree.
But yeah, I do agree with your point, but it's still so damn frustrating to see a disappointing nature burn pull out in level 132.
Yeah. I just got Pink Fury as well, so I know.
Yeah.
My Pink Fury is like maxed out, and I'm like, I got Pink Fury. Cool. Good pull, buddy. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Bring back challenge coins. Oh dear.
Oh wow! I totally forgot about it. Oh.
You just flooded my memories with like 100 different memories. Don't make me remember back the.
Off topic, what do you feel about the skill cap in Clash Mini? Do you feel like it's too low? It's hard to grasp the still of the game, or what? Oops, I just skipped Countess. I feel like the skill gap is pretty high, honestly. I feel like it's harder to understand the game, but once you understand it, it's easier, if that makes sense. It's not super complex. Like I don't think it's insanely difficult to understand the game. Like I don't think it's a hard. I think it's a high skill cap, but it's not hard to get to that skill cap. If that makes sense. It's more so like just if you're a quick learner, you'll pick up on things quickly. Whereas if you don't play the game, if you don't like pay attention to what's happening, then it'll take you longer to get to that point. So that's kind of what I'm feeling.
Iwi's countess meta, please.
Listen. Challenge Coins had their okay. So we were talking about this, and I was like, my first thought to the designers was like, really, you're gonna ask people to spend currency to play ranked? And they were like, yeah, they're going to play casual mode, and then they're gonna practice a lot, and then when they're confident in this deck, they're gonna use the coin and try their best to win.
It makes sense.
If you remember, at that point, the game was still free movement. So every round was a complete RNG. Like, you could just mess up your whole deck on the board and just be like, I'm going to move everything to the right now. And, like, you could never predict this kind of move from another player. So basically, it was a huge gamble to, like, just, like, be like, yeah, I'm going to use my challenge coin and guarantee win. Because it was, like, such an unpredictable randomness to the matches, and I think it blows my mind that like
This deck
it
is
took us
broken.
like
Yeah,
update
I
5
know.
to do this.
That's why I'm playing
But
it.
like,
It's mindless
I'm really
gameplay
happy
while
with
I'm
it.
listening to
and
this.
so like now the game is actually much more skill based, and I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, this live will be uploaded
in my
after.
next YouTube video, I'm kind of showing that off a little bit. So it's kind of like I'm really, it's really satisfying. Now when you win.
Challenge coins, what a memory. Trip down memory lane. Oh yeah, I got another question. Extremely important for the community as a whole. And your answer your answer is the fate of the entire community. Will you bring back the High Lord Bartholomew Johnson III?
Yes,
You
the big
must.
questions.
You must.
I knew this question was coming. I saw it in the chat. Yeah, I mean,
That was
I
me.
want Bartholomew to become actually the host of all the videos of Clash Mini. So I'm just gonna go away and hand over the reins to it. I think it's a perfect host. Doesn't speak, just looks cute. Like, that's all you need, right? Like, you don't need a loud man yelling at you. You just need like a little cute little bird in the corner and just like shows you the content. That's it. Bye. Like, why would you even need it? Like, I can totally retire. Like, you guys talk about Bartholomew more than me. What the heck? Like, it's just like, so might as well. Like, Discord version of videos, like minute, just like Bartholomew shows up in the screen and just like zooms into the corner, and that's it. That's the whole video.
Million
Zero
views.
talking. Yeah, millions of views. Like the next Mr. Beast, aka Mr. Bartholomew. He's gonna have its own dedicated channel, YouTube channel. It's gonna be YouTube
The
Shorts.
circle wins 1,000 epic keys. Yeah. Actually, Bartholomew
Is secretly manufacturer of all the keys. So he has all the factories and the furnaces that are forging all those keys in the background. So he's actually the villain of this whole story.
Whoa.
Oh man.
I was about to say you should make him a hero, but knowing his true colors now, I'm quite hesitant about that idea.
I think Frame is just pinning High Lord Bartholomew Johnson III.
Yeah,
There
I
is
think
no
it's
way.
Conspiracy theory.
Would you say I'm framing him?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's up, Bro Monkey? How's it going?
Name.
That was
It's
terrible.
not competitive. It's not complex enough. We need.
Who knows? We'll find out.
I think there's a lot of
Anyone has
depth.
another question, or Frame? Do you have a question for us?
I think there's a lot of depth to the
I have a
game.
question.
Oh no.
All right. Oh no. Why
Right
not?
now, the current balance state is a little bit more difficult for like ladder, but like if you're playing actual competitive,
A lot of fun. And how often?
it's better than
how
just
on
ladder.
a daily basis, how many posts do you have to moderate?
Oh, that went. You went straight. You went straight for me, did you? So Reddit's it's a weird place, I think most of the posts in there are all right. There are, of course, a few posts that end up being repetitive, and they end up like pointing out many issues of the game. But having that in mind, it's way easier to speak about the negative things than the good things, and speaking of negative things, it's I think it's perfect. But the thing is, they posted, in my opinion, way too much for a healthy community. So I usually have to remove, and if the post is repetitive and maybe the user comes back and I have to explain them, they already talked about this. Yes, the dev team may have made a mistake with this, but we can't do anything more than give a positive feedback and hope that they end up fixing it.
We're listening to the stage channel in the background.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I do like the feedback that's coming from both Discord and Reddit. And to be fair, and to be fully transparent, actually, our team, because they don't have too much time reading the live chat on Discord, a lot of people don't even bother joining. So they usually just like refresh Reddit and sort by top in 24 hours and just see that page every 24 hours, and that's what they get, right? Like or like, you know, the most popular, whatever, like the sorting is the default. And I think that's, you know, they refresh it maybe twice a day, let's say. And sometimes they even link the memes, they link the, you know, like, haha, yeah, we know, kind of thing. And I think the memes are also standing out quite a bit because they are pretty creative at like also criticizing the game. I think in order to make like I like the memes that are actually pointing out the problem of the game, because to me that is the most kind of like visual feedback that you can give, other than a creator making a whole video yelling at us how boring the initial first few levels of the game is. But you know, because videos also take time to watch, but memes are just consumable very quickly, like within
Yeah.
2 seconds, right? So I think that is very, very, very healthy for like in way to give feedback. And then obviously I sit on Discord all the time, and I watch every single creator video. And wish me luck. If this game blows up, I think we are going to also blow up with creators, and I have no idea how I'm going to continue watching every single creator video that gets uploaded. Because on Clash Mini channel, YouTube channel, I subscribe to all the creators, and so my feed is like crazy. Like my feed is like, I just can't. Sometimes I cannot even keep up with it. So yeah, sometimes I need to put videos in like 1.5 speed to like.
Frame,
You know,
I'm sorry, I just gotta correct you on one thing. I believe I heard an if it goes global. You should be saying when it goes global. Where's your optimism, man?
well, you know, like we're doing really well with update 8, but that doesn't mean that we cannot always improve. And so we're working hard to fix things that you guys are not liking. And we don't have much time to release an update that will try to fix some of the problems, and let's see how that would go. But no, yeah, I mean, again, like I'm very actually optimistic. So, and the whole team is excited. Like it's that is not like I'm totally not saying that like we're pessimistic about the game. Like all of us on the team are super hyped. So we are just preparing more content. We're like trying to fix things. We're trying to improve stuff. So yeah, I think the next update also like we might as well just call 8.5, because I think again it's only going to take as long as update 8. I mean, we don't want to repeat that. So I think in terms of scope, it's not going to be that crazy. But I think it would be also a healthy amount of changes and new content that people would still appreciate. So yeah. It's not about that, but like yeah, it's I'm super excited to share some more news.
Well, that's exciting. So, yeah, we're listening to the stage channel in the background, and it's just Mazda's mic that's a little quiet for some reason. But, so Frame seems to see that if the game does go global, that the game will be popular. So that's a good sign. That's usually, I feel like Supercell has a good indication that says of like how games will do. That's why they're very picky with which games they send global, which is why we haven't had a global game in 5 years since Brawl Stars. So I feel like Supercell tends to have a good inclination of how the game will flow and how the game will be received by the market. And if Frame is thinking that the game is going to be popular, I agree. I think the game will be popular. So that's a pretty good sign for what's to come. So if they do push the game global, which it sounds like they're working towards, they want to implement an update, which Frame is like basically calling update 8.5. And I think they're calling it that because they don't want to call it update 9. And it's basically to the point where um it's basically to the point where it's going to be like a fixing update. Like they're going to release some new content to like keep things going for a little bit. But it sounds like this is like 8.5 is the update to like fix the game. And then despite that, we'll see what happens, and then it will go. Then the decision will be made to go global, because I feel like the numbers are there, which is why they're implementing this update 8.5. And once that update comes through, they fix the things. They're going to see how the community responds to it. If the community responds well to the changes, then it's like, okay, this is a no-brainer. The data's there. Now the community sentiment is there. Let's push the game global. So I feel like that's kind of the road we're at right now, and that's what it's going to be, where it's like this small 8.5 update is going to be the deciding factor. After this update drop, I'm logging in daily. Same. Yeah, and no game is perfect. You can't find a game like out there that doesn't have its own issues. So we'll see. In terms of gameplay, the game is almost great. I could chalk up the few flaws of that to the balancing team, but they're getting better. Yes, the balance has been getting, and honestly, I think it's due to the fact, and it's because of classes. Like, if the game didn't have, like, if the team was getting the balance, like getting into the flow of the balance changes before update 8, and now that classes are in the game, the team has struggled to find a good balance. And I think that's just due to the class buff, is they're still trying to, like, I think Dongheng is still trying to like learn how to adjust with classes. So I feel it's getting better, and hopefully over time it will get better. We're talking to the team about changes, like Frame had said in the stage channel, and he said these changes want to come in before the break, before they go on break, which is like February 9th or 10th, and we're already talking to the team about changes. So that's a good sign. Dongheng is like really interested in like getting our feedback as creators, and some of the feedback that we've already given them, they've implemented into the balance changes, which is really good. Because that means the data that we're talking to them about, they have the data, we have the community sentiment, we come together and we try to make the best balance changes that we can. So I feel like the changes so far are in a pretty good spot. But I mean, there's still some things that I think need to be adjusted, but all in all, pretty good so far. I was the Countess, just lost to you. GG's.
So it's not far away. And again, you can base things off the seasonal timers, right? Like the season 3 is coming soon, and then after that we have to ship something. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, I mean, there's not going to be any, there shouldn't be any delays, at least not like a major delays. So yeah, because again, we have a hard deadline. So yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm glad that you're working on an update 8.5. I'm gonna say to you, on behalf of some people in the community, I don't know if everyone agrees with me, but take your time. Don't I don't think, unless you have a very strict deadline, you shouldn't rush it. I think it's right now better to look at the issues with care and treat them nicely, so that You don't have to work twice, overwork yourselves twice, and end up hitting the nail twice. And the second thing that goes to the community, you heard Frame, make the memes, post it everywhere. And yeah, positive feedback and ideas. I think Frame can agree with me that everyone on the dev team is listening and watching Reddit and refreshing and interacting with Discord and etc. So, um, anyone else has?
So it sounds like there won't be any delays
You're being oddly quiet.
for
Challenge me. Ask me
the
something
next
that
update,
you
which is nice.
I honestly don't know. I don't have any questions. What do you think is like the biggest thing that Clash Mini could be improved on?
The biggest thing that Clash Mini can improve on. Well, here's the problem with our team. Nobody's ever happy. Nobody is ever, listen, nobody's ever happy. Okay? Like, the problem is 0 people on our team are happy with the current state of the game because they know things can be better. And the thing is, that's been the case since the start of the beta. Like, we never were like, all right, we're done. Like, this is the shippable state, right? Like, this is the something that we'll be proud of. It's the problem is almost everyone on the team is like 10 to 15 to 20 plus years of experience in the gaming industry. These people have such a high bar in terms of like producing content and making a game that almost every time we meet as a team on a weekly basis, we are like always like, but we really need to improve this. We need to really polish this. We need to kind of like sometimes even rework something. And at some point, we need to make a call and just say, listen, it's working. It is. People aren't going to notice too much, like small details. But like, yeah, I think like the whole, like, for example, visual experience of opening a toy machine is not satisfying. Like the just like the so many games have a different
Sure.
way of like showing you exciting stuff that's coming to you. And then like the whole section of the whole like toy machine section can definitely be improved. Also just polishing everything, like the shop and the game itself, like just from like almost every single part. Like for example, when our artists had to ship 20 new minis for the update 8.
Boy.
Oh wow! Yeah.
That was one artist. Do you understand? Like one artist producing 20 concept art pieces, and then one 3D artist producing all of those things, like in 3D.
Wow.
And of course, those minis aren't going to be perfect from like the modeling perspective and just like a lot of those things because you have a limited amount of time to get them out and finalize them. So all of those things need to be like polished. For example, take a look at me. I make posts in the gaming box, right? Like in the balance changes. I write balance changes. I publish balance changes and then like patch notes and all that stuff. And if you take a look at the balance changes post right now, the latest one in the game, you know those little heads that stand next to the name of the mini?
Okay.
They are inconsistent. So, for example, update 8 heads are not as the same as the update 7 ones in terms of the way they look. So in update 8, they're a little bit darker. They don't have a shadow, and they're overall just like much more contrasty versions of the heads. So, for example, if you take a look at like Inferno Warden versus an older mini, they don't look the same. Like it's a different rendering engine, and so the problem is we need to make a call at like what amount of content can we produce to make them look consistent and make them look like they are from one place, and don't like to that level of detail we go to be bothered by certain things. But I'm sure majority of the players that they look to the article and they go through it, they scroll, they don't see a difference. So that is the level of detail that we are like just like having a headache over every single time we work on it because we know it can be better. The thing is, there's much higher priority work that we need to do first. So I think it will always be like that. Like, for example, I was never happy with episode 1 of Mini Minute, but I had to ship something, so that's all I could do at this point. And then we started improving, and we started making better videos, and we started making better transitions, and we constantly are improving. And so I love that mindset, no matter how frustrating it can be, because you're never happy with the amount of work that you're doing. So that's why, on my side, I can at least experiment, because a tweet after another tweet, it can always be better, or you can just move on. But with game development, you're constantly improving. It's like it's a eternal work almost. So yeah, it's really hard to answer like what the game needs to improve the most, because everybody on the team also knows already the feature that they own. They know that can be improved. They just need to make a call when is the deadline and when this need to be shipped. Like, we don't live in a world where we have an infinite amount of time. Otherwise, update 8 or update 7 or whatever, they will take a year to make, right? So, yeah, that's just the fact of game development and the timelines.
Yeah, I bet it's hard, and especially like choosing what things to add to the game, and like friends list is something that I know a lot of people have been asking, but it's not really a necessity compared to what like I would think that the game really needs to push it to global.
Well, fun fact, we actually cut the friends list feature for the next update. So we wanted to add friends list in this update, and we realized that on the timeline that we are working on, and the amount of technical support that we would need to have this, and then we had to measure like the impact, like the actual benefit of people actually sticking around. Like, what is the difference between having a friends list that cannot do anything except show you the friends that are playing the game or not playing the game at the moment, versus just being in a clan with your friends, right? Like, it's just like we need to bring value with a new feature to the players that they never had before, and that is something that they would stick in the game for longer, because it is adding value and adding more like fun to the game. But if we do like a half-baked job of friends list where it just like doesn't almost do anything, might as well then delay it until we have more time to polish it and make it better and make it actually useful, right? So that's the mindset.
Yeah, makes total sense.
If
Makes a
I
lot of
may,
sense.
does the friends list have a native friends list, like not just Supercell ID? Because I know the other betas usually only have Supercell ID. Like, it's not, you can't have your own friends like Clash Royale.
So that is another thing. Like, Supercell ID is a whole.
No, I'm not going
platform
for a
that can offer
particular
different
position yet.
features.
I'm just
And so
playing.
we were
having fun.
discussing, like, do we just use Supercell ID because that would be the fastest way? But if you have Supercell ID friends in Clash Mini, then what can you do with those friends, right? Like, that is my point.
Right.
Like, can you invite people to, like, can you challenge them to duel? Like, how much time does it take to build that into the game and that system to work smoothly? What else can you do with this? Like, what are the options otherwise, right?
Yeah.
And so, of course, Supercell ID friends would come at some point, because that's just an update to the Supercell ID engine, and then just adding like a little bit of extra UI work. But the problem is, engineering side of things is not easy, right? So you need to kind of like estimate how much of the work on the engineering, art, UI, like Supercell ID team, like all of these things, how much effort is it to build this, and what is the return value on this? And so that is my point. Like, you need to just understand, okay, is this actually going to be fun? Not? Well, then let's take more time and actually make it even more fun and then ship it, right? So.
Fair enough.
I got a question from the community that from the audience that really caught my eye. It's from Swordsman Stranger, and it says, "Are there any ideas the teams had for Clash Mini which have had to be scrapped?" He's curious if you thought of like, for example, an ability for a mini, but it just didn't work as intended.
Well, that is where like the whole mini upgrades system came from. It was the most convenient way to do that, because a lot of the times when minis are getting upgraded, like, the more friction you add to the game, like, for example, I have an item. Like, if you are like rolling your your deck, right? And you're not rolling the actual minis. You're rolling, like, for example, item upgrades for them. Visually, it is more confusing than just dragging another mini on top of it and then just upgrading it. So I do believe we had an idea for like artifacts or like items to use the upgrade minis, but then we realized, hey, why don't we just make it like very simple, kind of like just like merge them and upgrade in that way. So for user experience, that makes sense. But in terms of like what other features we scrapped, I mean, at the very beginning when I joined, our lobby screen was not even viewable as like a
Or
deck.
by the
So
pass, if I
your
already
main
completed the
screen
free
was not a
version of
deck
it with the
anymore.
game being in beta, I don't know if I should
Your
spend the
main
$10.
screen was like a little adventure map.
So,
Imagine Super Mario World
typically,
map, right?
if-
like if
if
you're
the
like
game were to
running
get
around,
canceled,
you see like where you
the way
like
let me pause it. The way Supercell beta games work is if the game were to get canceled and you had spent money in the game, you could transfer it over to another Supercell game. So if that helps make your decision, if the game does for whatever reason happen to get canceled, then you won't lose that. You'll just be able to switch the money spent over to another account. But if the game does go global, then, which I think it will. I personally think the game's going to go global. If the game does go global, then your progress will carry over, so you don't have to worry about anything resetting or anything like that.
Is that what the original racetrack
like
was?
yeah. So that is the racetrack. We called the racetrack because like
Oh.
that's how it looked like. And then when your mini kind of like progresses further, like you would move on to another more complicated track and run around that and collect rewards. And basically, it was a simulation of that old trophy road where you kind of climb the stairs and stuff like that, just like a little bit more 2D and kind of like running around. But it would be very confusing for a new player to understand why is this lobby looking like this and what is the gameplay here, right? Like, you don't understand what is the main point and main thing that you should be focusing on. So that's why we opted in for the deck view. And like, there was a lot of things. Like, I remember we also had keys. So keys were used to be like a feature that you would like collect a certain amount of keys, and then you would unlock a certain amount of minis in the set and stuff like that. And ironically, we did come back to it just in a much more polished way. So there was so many features that we kind of like scrapped on over the course of years before and after beta. But yeah, it's just like that is like a constant evolution of a game. You make something, test it. Is it fun? It's not fun. Drop it. Like move on, and that kind of thing. I mean, you remember expeditions, right? Like expeditions were pretty fun, and we thought that expeditions would be used as a kind of like, okay, I finished tutorial. Let me let's figure out the game further and like learn from this. But barely anybody played it. Right? Like people sign up for the PvP game, and they like to learn from a PvP game playing PvP, and then just like rolling with the game. And our assumption that people want PvE from the game, it just was wrong. So like we just cut it, right? So yeah, there's plenty of examples again. Like Raid Boss, that feature was great on paper, and we wanted to keep evolving it. But again, the amount of people that were not excited for it and that were like not really bothering with it was telling us that people didn't sign up for PvE. And that's not to say that clans shouldn't have like a feature where they work together and kind of like contribute to things. And I really like clan games, for example, in Clash of Clans. That kind of brings the clan together and everybody's contributing and it kind of feels like a community. And eventually we would have to add some kind of feature for clans exclusively. But again, people sign up for a PvP game, a majority is not even in a clan because they just want to play the game and play one-on-one. So just different kind of audience, right?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. So I was thinking maybe you guys are up with it, but I think the community has the audience has some really good questions in store for us. So maybe if you wanted to pick one and ask them, they can the questions can be towards us or towards Frame. What do you guys think?
Oh, do you want me to put the hands up feature on or something?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, pretty solid
If I
climb so
could
far.
ask one more quick question before we do that.
I'll go for it.
Okay, so my question is, what are you planning on doing like with animated emotes? Because I think it would be cool if animated emotes would be like the new old emotes where you could actually use them in battle
Bring
in
emotes
real
back.
time instead of your minis using them.
Yeah. I think that is actually one of the options that we're considering. We just need to figure out the UI and how does it not become super messy, because there's also automatic triggers of emotes, and then on top of that, you're also emoting yourself and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we got it, and we are thinking about how to bring them back. So I don't know if we are gonna figure that one out in the next update, but we really want to bring those back because they're also very compelling for people to kind of collect. But we also need to figure out like a spot where they kind of live in the collection page. So something to figure out. I don't know if we have actual solution yet for them.
Yeah,
Like,
frames audio
I'm building
keeps like
options as I'm
dipping
going.
in and out. It's just the
Hopefully you guys are
for whatever
gonna find
reason
out
that's
soon.
how it was.
Yeah, totally. The
Which
art
is
in this
very
game
frustrating,
is like
but-
insane, and to see it kind of like walked away is kind of sad.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely also very
It
high
doesn't
quality.
work.
Some of them are really
Curious.
fun to use, so I want them back. Hands
It
up.
must be nice to be underwater frame. Your mic really makes you sound like that.
Oh, let's go. It does work.
Oh,
That's huge.
Thank goodness I wasn't the only one thinking about
That's
it.
huge.
frames in
probably call-
frames in season 2.
I can't believe that actually worked well.
They're probably
I'm
gonna call us
sorry.
delusional once the video goes live.
Oh, he's already in season 3 with the fisherman. That's why he's underwater.
Yeah.
Alright, we've got a lot of volunteers here. Who wants to pick first?
We can go Samko, myself, and then you, Master, and then Trick. Do you want to help as well, or do you just want to chill?
I think he fell asleep.
He probably did.
What am I helping with?
Oh, I said you want to help
doing.
us pick people for the stage.
I trust your judgment.
Okay, sure. Then I guess we'll go Samko, myself, and then Master.
Trick is so
Okay,
funny.
Pick someone too?
Huh?
They
You
need
want
to figure
pick
out how
someone?
to unlock it. And so, yeah, that's why they removed animate. I just want emotes back
Yeah,
in
I can
general.
skip.
Like, I
can-
want to be able
trust
to
you guys.
use
You
the
guys know
emotes.
this too.
No, I actually do not. You know, you are the community manager. You should do this too.
I mean,
I talk to a lot of these guys.
there's only 3 people with their hands up, so I mean, the choice is not going to be very hard. Oh, it's 4 now.
Yeah, that's also hard. Yeah, that's also true. So let's go with the current hands up anyway.
All right, Draco, could you do us the honors then?
Well, who am I picking?
I don't know. There's 3 people. There's 3
Oh, am I
people.
going first? Oh shoot! Okay, I'll go with Spoon then since he was first.
I'm just messing with you. You can pick anyone you like.
What's up, my gamblers? What's
Hey,
up,
Steve.
gamblers?
Oh my god!
Gamblers!
Wow.
So loud. I had my
Wow.
volume at max,
Why?
and then this is what
Right,
happened.
you guys better keep your, you guys better lower up your gamblers. What's up,
You
gambling
guys- you
chat
guys need to
gamblers?
keep
Can I
up.
get some gambling in the chat, gamers? Let's go. What's up? What's up? Oh, hello.
Hello. Spoon.
I really don't.
Hello.
I really don't have a question, but Oh, okay.
Wow.
Actually, I do. I really have some honest feedback about this, just because and it also is going to lead into a question. It's going to be about the amount of epic skins being released into the game, such as RC and such as Villager. Why are we getting so many epic key skins like through the toy machine when we should be getting more maybe silver keys, more like maybe like less gold keys, so we can actually like use the amount of progression that we have versus just spending tons of money towards cosmetics. I'm very curious about it. Hey Morty.
Well, I don't have an answer to you for you at least right now, because I'm defaulting to trust in terms of like what the design team has for these offers. If they're coming out with more, they're clearly working. So I also like think that there needs to be also a level of polish of these things before we release them. So, for example, Royal Cade and the Star Lead, even though they're in the build, we are not releasing them until we polish a little bit the experience of the whole banner system. so they're not going to show up before that.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, that is going to be something. Again, we're not going to release any new minis and skins until we have something that is actually a little bit better than the current system. Again, it may not be better to you, or it may not be better enough, because again, we are like rushing to also get a lot of fixes in, but hopefully better than the current system. And again, I'm not a designer on this. You could also, you have access to different channels.
Oh yeah,
You can
yeah.
also
I yell a lot.
yeah,
I
you
certainly
yell,
do
you
yell a
yell
lot, yeah.
everywhere, and so like you have plenty of yelling opportunities to kind of like just challenge a lot of these things.
Yell
And
everywhere.
even though sometimes you don't get a clear answer, we do consider that feedback into the future planning, and that's, I think, good enough. Like we just simply need to hear how people think.
Gotcha.
And yeah, again, like I think epic keys have a increasing the amount of how many people get could be one solution, but also having just diversity and just like, so there is this extreme
Chompy.
where like especially you guys have like a bunch of stuff already unlocked. Silver keys are useless, and
We're
then
3489.
gold keys. Yeah, I can work with that, right? Like I always have something to do to use it on. But the problem in that region is that sometimes you have timed things, sometimes you're not like 100% committed to go all the way with them because you're like, I don't want to like start going, and then it's and all that stuff. And then epic is like a dream, right? Like it's almost like something that's like, oh yeah, like this is like gonna happen one day, who knows when. And I think we need to kind of like, the distance between all these things need to be shorter and like much more closer to each other, where kind of like you smoothly transition from these like areas. And for new players, a little bit smoother, because even silver keys are like in like it's a little bit of a shortage. And then as you transition to gold, I think you can kind of also like try to figure out what do you want to go for, or at least work on a hog rider first, and then basically just get to all the SPs and then decide what you're going to go for. But again, we are not doing a good job of like making clear what the path to using with these keys are, and where do we expect people to start using them, or what. Because for example, you can get a battle machine super early. Actually, if you get your first epic key from the pass and you start the game, and you get that one epic key, you're like, oh, nice, sweet. For the first try, I got a battle machine. Sweet, game over, right? Like I got the end content. And I don't know if that's the right decision.
And I will,
like,
yeah. Like I'll also say this too. Like I did do like that whole $100 opening, and just like to unlock all the SP minis. I'm gonna be completely honest. I actually regret it because I have nothing to actually work for at this point. Now I'll have not like I'm just gonna be honest. The main thing I have to work for now is just battle machine. But after that, I really have no end game content. Like I'm already at 3,500 trophies. I'm just recording content daily, and at the moment right now, I'm kind of just in limbo. So I feel like like at first there was definitely a lot of negative response from the community and from myself. But now, since I have everything, I'm like, damn, like I really have nothing to really work for, and that sucks. It sucks from my end, sucks from your end, sucks from like a community standpoint. But it definitely was disappointing. Like aggravating at first, then turns to grinding, then turns to disappointment. So that's my honest feedback.
No, yeah, and that's fair. Like again, we are also not doing a good job at like indicating what is the high end content here that you should be aiming for. For example, the whole presentation of like, you are going to get a brand new board once you complete a set of a certain skins. We are not doing a great job like displaying that in a fancy way. Like for example, like I don't even think that like majority of the players know that you get a skin at the end, because we're not communicating that enough. Well, you get a board at the end, and the boards and the epic skins should be like some of the high end stuff that you get. But then again, like you don't know even how this board looks like, because you tap on it and there's like a little thumbnail just telling you, instead of like full 3D preview and stuff like that, right? Like it could look much more epic. It could like communicate these things much better. But again, we had to work with the timeline that we had, and reworking the whole progression, reworking the whole meta, adding different kind of progression, changing the stats, removing the stats, balancing all around that, making 20 new minis. You got to pick your battles. Like we don't have an army of 500 to 1,000 developers where they can just like, just print content. It's like, and so like we got to work with like 15 to 20 people that we have. That's it. Like that's the like, again, like one artist had to make 20 new mini concepts from scratch.
Not
That
and,
doesn't
and,
happen.
and here's the thing,
You know?
yeah, and
So-
certainly from that point, it's not all going to slap, right? There's going to be some bangers, there'll be some disappointing ones
Yeah.
from the community perspective.
Exactly, and all we can do is kind of like ship it and then see what we can fix fast or fix slow.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man, like I totally feel you. I watched the $100 thing yesterday, like twice actually, and
Well, thank you.
and yeah,
Free ad revenue.
good luck
Thank
to
you.
Ice Bat, I guess. You know?
Oh my.
I'll frame you there.
I think.
Yeah.
Around... Oh, never mind.
Did I drop? I don't know. I'm just saying, good luck, Moist Potato, with Ice Bat.
Yes, yes, Moist, you better join me in that tub, baby. Oh, hey, if you don't mind, I just want to say one more thing to the community, to all the creators out there. Hey, huge shout out to you guys. Huge shout out to the 52 people who are here. Again, like at the end of the day, this is more just for everyone watching right now. This is an extremely important time for us to share feedback, both positive and negative. For everyone out there, like making art.
Yeah, I feel
everyone out
bad for
there
that
making
one
videos,
artist.
Keep
Yeah.
making videos, keep making art. It is the best way for you guys to get your voices heard. And also, also putting your community suggestions over to Frame, over to post on Reddit, over to post on YouTube. Whatever you guys can do,
Yep.
keep posting content, keep posting art. I heavily encourage, everyone heavily encourages it. Always post your feedback. I'm going to say this right now. If it's positive or negative, we will always read it. Not just us creators, but also Frame. That's what he's hired for.
Yeah.
So I just gotta say
Yeah.
we're all working extremely hard. And yeah, I'm very blessed to be a part of this community. This community's put me through a lot, and it's also put you guys through a lot. And all at the end of the day, when we're coming out with positive or negative feedback, we all do this because we love the game.
Yeah. Well, Spoo,
But anyways, I'm out, guys. Thank you guys very much.
I
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Guys. See ya.
Have a good evening. Yeah, evening.
Oh wow! Look who showed up! It's the very
here.
old potato.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
Hey, Moist. How are you ready for the ice bath?
Hello.
I as soon as I'm done finishing this Nuzlocke Part 2, hashtag shameless
Ooh.
promotion, I will get in that tub.
I cannot wait.
Oh wow.
I'm praying for you,
6
Moist.
hours
Part
of
2
recording
after a
straight.
year.
3 weeks of editing has accumulated to a big boy video.
Wow. And that's gonna be amazing
Exciting.
because people are still watching your part 1, right? And then if you're
It's
kind of like
insane.
it-
Yeah, it's
and then
honestly so
suggestions,
crazy.
drop part 2 right away. So just make sure the thumbnail, well, the video title is gonna be like part 1 and part 2 because then it will automatically just suggest that content. It's gonna be amazing.
Well, I will say it's not a 1-for-1 sequel. Because Clash Mini, updated and changed progression completely. It is a modified Nuzlocke now, but
Okay.
still big video nevertheless.
Nice. You got any questions for us? Or do you
Yes,
just talk about
sorry. I didn't come here just to promote. Don't worry.
Nice keep ad.
I have a couple questions. So, yeah, my first question is, my favorite board, I think, is the Down Under board, and that I was sad to see wasn't in this update, especially since boards have now become a cosmetic feature with this update. So I'm curious, some of the old, quote unquote deleted boards like Down Under, the Banquet Hall and Electro Valley, those boards, will we ever see those come back as cosmetic boards in the future, or are they just deleted, dead, only new boards from now on?
All right, so here's the deal. This is stage channel video exclusive. You're gonna get this content only on the VOD of this stage channel.
Oh
okay?
shoot!
You're not gonna get anywhere else. This image will pop up in 3, 2, 1. Here is the remodeled version of the underboard.
Hold on. We're gonna show it here too. We're showing it here as well. Take a look at this. This is under remodeled.
Okay, so now
Wow.
disclaimers. A few disclaimers about this
Wait,
board.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, where did
Listen, this board is not final. This was reworked quite a while ago, so there's a big chance that it's not gonna look like this. There is way too many details. I think this is like I think if you run this board at
This
that
is
stage,
sick.
the way it looks at this moment, your iPad would literally explode from the amount of details and visual effects that it has on it.
I want my
Um,
iPad.
You know, I'm gonna give this to Santo so he can edit it into the video. But
Oh,
Uh,
it'll be edited. That's why I can't see it.
yeah, potato.
I kind of want them to like. I want them to throw that in the dev build, and then I can just make a video. My iPad exploded by playing Clash Mini, and then just yeah, we need that. But oh my, wait, what happened to me? Okay, but that looks awesome. Rewind a second and throw that back up. This board looks really nice. This board looks really nice. Where can I rewatch the stage talk? It's on Santo's channel. If you look up Santo stage Clash Mini stage channel, it'll pop up. Santo with 2 A's. But man, I kind of want him to release it
at that stage. The way it looks at this moment, your iPad would literally explode from the amount of details and visual effects that it has.
I kind of want my iPad to explode.
You know, I'm gonna give this to Santo so he can edit it into the video. But
Oh, it'll be edited. That's why I can't see it.
yeah, potato. You're an editor. You understand how this works. So you know, and so we are working on a lot of
some
these
boards
things,
are laggy for
but
the certain
we just need
devices.
to
Yes.
polish and need to like optimize
Banquet Hall
the
might
game.
come at a future point.
And again,
but right
I
now
don't even
just
know
under.
if this is even planned to be released on which timeline. You know, for what it's worth, it could be 2050. You know, like so don't hold me on this, but
2050.
here you go. This is the peak. This is gonna, you know, when the viewership of the video kind of peaks, this is gonna be that peak. Now the peak is over. I'm sorry, but you know, it's yeah. Adding more boards, adding more cosmetics, obviously a priority, but also the way we present them. We also want to experiment with like boards that you can just outright get from the shop. Just get the board.
Wow.
So that's something that may be coming as an experiment. So you know, like there is plenty of stuff to come. We just need to figure out where to slot them in and when we're going to finalize the versions of those of that content and when it can make sense. Because for example, think about it. What kind of set of minis, what kind of set of skins do you need to get in order to get the underboard? We don't know. Like we need to figure out like the best way for that. Same as like the space skins. Like for that one, we had to make a brand new board, which is the Robo.
Robo Ridge.
Yes. So that was obviously something that we've created. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff, and I want that as well. I want more cosmetics because I just
Yeah, the
did a
team is
poll.
planning on
You
optimizing it
can actually
for
still,
older devices.
well, at this point when the video comes out, it's going to be closed, but you can see a poll on Clash Mini Twitter now, where I asked, "What is your favorite cosmetic in the game?" And overwhelmingly, there was skins and boards. Avatars and emotes were like neck and neck. So yeah.
I was so
Cool.
disappointed in that poll when boards didn't win because boards are objectively the best.
I agree. I love boards.
They
Mhm.
are, but it's really hard to find. Like, it's really hard to understand how you get them and the presentation of them, not the optimal way to do that. And the whole, like, as I said, if you tap the board as a reward and then it starts spinning in 3D and something like shows you like really nice, like how it looks, and then plays the music of the board and stuff like that. Like, you need to understand what you're getting, right? Like, but this way, like, it's just not effective in selling itself into like, you should probably get this at some point, right?
Probably change my board. I'm playing on windy
That's
plains.
awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Before I leave, because I know there's probably a lot more people with awesome questions. Just out of pure curiosity, besides Clash Mini, what
Mhm.
would you rank like your next favorite Supercell game? Global or still in beta? So including Squad Buster and Moko.
As a lot of you know, I am from a pure like what I would play really hard would be Moko, because I love grind. I love MMO games. I am still looking for that perfect MMO game that has a lot of fun things to do, and also like is not like just auto running from point A to point B and auto attacking and auto aiming and just like didn't really have to play the game. So Moko is very promising to me. I love that game. I played the last playtest we've done on the the closed beta test, whatever that was in the US. Like that was so exciting. Like I've never played a game longer than that in one session. Because I played like that game like I think 5 or 6 hours straight. That last time that happened was on a PC game that was a WoW. So like it's just like it was incredible. So from that perspective, I think Moko has really high potential to like bring me back into the kind of long gaming sessions, and I'm just hyped for that.
Wow.
Cool. Yeah, I honestly have to agree. I caught myself playing Moko very, very long hours. Honestly,
Yeah.
all the new beta games, obviously all have a lot of excitement, but
Yeah.
I mean, none compare to Clash Mini. We're so excited to see where this game goes. So thank you for answering my questions, and I'm gone. Goodbye. I love you all.
Goodbye,
Bye,
Hot Potato.
boys.
Okay, now it's
I
my turn. My turn to pick someone.
Who you
Uh-huh.
going for?
And I'm not gonna do it in any other way but I'm gonna spin a wheel. I'm gonna spin a wheel and I'm gonna see who gets it in true Clash Mini fashion.
Gambling.
Gambling.
Wait, where do you have a wheel that has 4 people on it with their names?
I have it in a separate website, but I'm gonna spin it. And I'm gonna tell you the results. I'm gonna be 100% honest, so don't think I'm gonna lie or something. And before I spin the wheel, Moist Potato reminded me of an idea I had for for the dev team. And if you
Mhm.
want to use it, I'm not gonna delve too deep into this because I think it's getting quite late for many. But maybe a customizable plinths and customizable music.
Yeah, yeah. So you know, customizing the whole customization needs to be worked on. So the lobby, the plinth, for example, we wanted at some point to have like you to be able to unlock those as well, to change the layout and like the music, lobby music, all that stuff. That is on the backlog. Like we just need to get to it. We need to like just almost like for music it's easy because obviously you can just use the board's music. Um, but for the other stuff
Oh,
like
man.
plinths, we need to also figure out like what is the
I'm all of a
fastest
sudden
way
getting
to produce
destroyed
these,
right
because
now.
those are also 3D models and they
Went
are
from
very
3,500
heavy
down
in,
to
like,
34.
production. For
What is
example,
happening?
like again, as I said, like a lot of boards take like almost a month to like actually finalize from concept stage, uh, when the concept is final. So there's a lot of details to be added. There's a lot of things to consider. Um, and the good news is that we're optimizing the game even further so it runs even smoother in the next update, because we're using some new technology to kind of like make the game look better and also run better. So there is some really good optimization going on. Hopefully that's going to enable us to the game to look even more epic. But from those customizations, introducing a brand new category of customization is also risky because then you need to continuously make more.
1 second, chat.
And that just increases the amount of people that we need to produce those.
All right, sorry, chat.
Those things. So yeah.
So lucky my free-to-play account already has Sailor. Spent half the gold keys. My free-to-play account and then my main account. I only got Chompy, Hog Rider. Wow, that is very lucky.
Right now we have Quimp, Kepix, Tippy, Namely, Rafa, Basement, and Awana. I'm gonna do this spin. And let's see. Okay, guess who won? Put your guesses in chat.
Kepix.
Kepix, yeah.
No, it was Tippy won the gamble.
Oh, Tippy, okay.
Nice.
Yep. All right.
Funny.
Hi, Tippy.
Hey yo.
Hello, hello.
Do you have any plans to like go back? I have a like an older device. Like some of the boards are really laggy on mine. So like, do you have any plans to go and fix that anytime soon?
Yeah, I literally just said that. So we are working on optimizing the game with a brand new, just like, I don't know how to call it, rendering system, I guess, where the game would run on lower end devices much smoother, and also run even like be better looking on the higher end devices. So this next update should address the performance on many more devices. So I don't know exactly your device, and obviously I'm not an engineer.
2700, been stuck on that for a while. Only one more day. Got any good decks to clutch?
Give it a shot.
If you head to my channel and check out some of the deck videos that I've uploaded, I uploaded free-to-play deck.
In a few weeks or so when the
I
update drops,
uploaded in the most recent video I posted when I hit Legendary Collection. I covered an Archer Queen deck
I
there.
forgot what I was gonna say.
So definitely go watch those videos. Check those out. If you have any of those units, definitely use those. Because those I hit 3K on a free-to-play account with a Natureborn deck.
Yeah,
But I also got very lucky and I got Decoy on my
I mean, you can just go to
free-to-play account. So.
random.org and type like number 4 and just gives you the number. So
that's true.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Kepix.
But definitely check those videos out and hopefully those will help.
Kepix, my Clash of Clans co-leader.
Oh,
Hello.
Hi, Kepix.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Co-leader.
Well,
Have you
my
been
question
kicking
would be,
people in the hospital?
I would never.
What are you talking about?
So my question would be, does the team have like an idea of what to do with clans?
What to do with clans?
Time out. I'm free to play.
Like
Thanks very
clan
much.
games
Appreciate it. Wish me
or
luck. Hey, good luck, dude.
the
Hopefully the
clan
decks
level as
help.
well?
Yeah, so we talked about, again, I said clan games and Clash of Clans are great because they're kind of bringing the community together and like everybody kind of needs to work their part to get the reward. So I love that. Obviously, we wouldn't like quote unquote copy the feature. We would do something that makes much more sense for our game. But to be honest, I have no idea what that is yet. And I know for a fact we're not like changing drastically clans in the next update because we gotta take our time. So basically, there was this concept of like a social update, where we would kind of like just take a look at like the whole social experience, like clans, friends list. What can you do with those? Like, what is the value of having those in the game? And then just taking a whole update to like rework that part. And to be frank, this would probably come, post
global because it's something that like people don't necessarily need in the first few months of the game because they're still figuring out to play the actual game. And once they're confident, then you are going to know exactly like what to do with the friends and then like how you can play something different, something more unique than just challenge people into existing game modes. So yeah, there's this concept of social updates, but to be honest, the content probably needs to be updated and the vision needs to be updated for like how this actually looks like and how this actually plays like. And then we would probably deliver that as a separate update. But for now, the next update would definitely just improve existing stuff mostly, and then deliver some new gameplay and obviously new minis, new cosmetics, and all that stuff. But yeah, so far, no exact plans.
Okay, understood. Thank you for picking me.
Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
coming up, Captex. Keep up the hard work in the Clash of Clans clan.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I'll make more videos. I know I've been lagging behind, like, but last week was like super busy. I was like 10 days off, and it's like I came back. I was like, oh my god! And then the Giga Builder showed up again, and I wanted to make a video with him as well. So like I'm working on it.
Don't worry, we got your back.
Yeah, and also the Chippy Chapa video you made. I think you made it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that practically was enough for an entire year of content.
It is definitely on the Cry Brave level of like, what the heck did I just watch? But I love this. I think the vision for TikTok of Clash Mini should be more unexpected content than expected content. And I think that should always be like that. I think, I, for some reason also the whole small talk, unedited, posted on TikTok did it pretty well, which was very funny because I would never expect that people on TikTok would enjoy 10-minute video, but hey, here we are. So yeah, I TikTok is like the one place where I'm using it as like maximum experimental content, and then like maybe pick some out of it and then like deliver maybe on YouTube Shorts. But Chippy Choppa did a really good job at YouTube as well, so not complaining.
Yeah, I absolutely love TikTok, and I'm a complete fan of the Clash Mini TikTok pages.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for coming
I'll
up,
be
Captex.
leaving them.
Adios.
We're spoon.
Yeah, let's go 2 more and then we can call it a day, right?
All right.
Yeah.
I think Kata has been quite persistent. So before he or she eats me alive, I think we should give him or her. I don't know. We should give him the spotlight.
Who?
Kata Clash Mini.
What happened?
What?
What about Kata Clash Mini? He hasn't got his hand up.
There he goes.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. You happy now?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Kata.
happy, man. Thank you.
Just kidding.
What's up, Frame?
Thank you.
So, Frame, can I ask you a question about something
Yeah.
we really want to be added?
Mm-hmm.
Changing names. I'm so excited.
Oh,
now.
name change. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Name change.
I know. Name change. It's a relatively quote unquote easy feature. The problem is, right now in Mini, anybody can have any name, and the only thing that kind of differentiates you from another frame would be a player ID. So the thing is, we want to make it a little bit more unique and a little bit more kind of like, okay, I know exactly who this is from just playing with them. And so for now, there's no way to identify this unless we like stick player ID right in the match. And I don't think we want to do that. So we need to figure out a
Right.
proper way and a smart way on like adding like a certain like a string of numbers like in old days of Discord. So we don't have to force people into like renaming themselves because there's like duplicate and stuff like that. Or you could be like changing your name for free once and then later pay gems or whatever it is, like same as Royale does it. that's another solution. There's plenty of solutions in terms of name change. So actually, I would love to see maybe a Reddit post like on all the creative ideas as to how name change would work in Mini, where the goal is to identify this person, to know for a fact this is the person. Like for example, if I'm Frame on one account and I'm Frame on the other account, like on, and there is another Frame who is completely unrelated to me, right? Like how do you know this is the person that you're playing against, other than like, okay, how many trophies does this person have? Because that doesn't really tell you much. So I would love to have like a Reddit post or like, hey guys, like tell us the most constructive and the most like smart way to integrate this feature. Because obviously the laziest way would be, hey, we added name change, here's a box, write your new name, done, locked. Now next name change is gonna be a certain amount of resources that you need to pay in order to like do it again or something like that. But that doesn't really solve the true challenge of the name change. And I really wish we could actually make it as best as possible. And the whole flow of like what happens when it happens and how to identify this person would be actually pretty valuable. Because to be honest, like we just didn't think about it yet. And if we think about it, we want to do it right, not like just like slap something together and be like, all right, this is not working, that's it. So I would really love to hear from you guys how you what do you think would be the
what would you do?
way to do this?
How would you implement?
And you can kick off a thread on Reddit or on Twitter or whatever, and then I'm sure Mazda can also help pin this and promote it and something, and we can just take a look.
Oh,
Alright.
I hope I become very entertained by watching the subreddit feeds flooded with memes and with his suggestions. It's gonna be like a renaissance, I hope.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so thank you, Frame.
Oh man, that Inferno
you.
Warden destroyed me.
Good question.
Holy.
Right,
Okay,
one more. Who are we going
One
for?
more. I think they were doing a debate on the chat, maybe.
What?
They were doing a. I think we should let Frame pick the last one.
Okay.
That's good.
Let's go with namely nobody.
Okay.
Nice.
No idea myself since it's such a
Because today we've
specific idea.
had no problem with the hands up, like the accepting thingy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's fixed.
Hello.
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 So my question is, are you guys planning anything about the sets? Because with the way it's going now is like 150 minis. We're gonna have set legendary 25, and if you guys are gonna do like, I don't know, maybe different sets have different names, or just keep going like the way it is.
What exactly do you mean? Like the sets of like upcoming minis, like where they can be slotted in, or are we gonna continue expanding the mini like sets, names, and all that stuff?
Yeah, like some of like you know, diamond set, then epic set. You know.
Okay. You're breaking up quite a bit, but I think I got it. So the current idea is that we are not going to go beyond legendary, at least at the current moment. Like we don't. We even deleted that legendary number 2, right? Like we just merge everything to legendary. So that is going to be kind of like the highest end of the minis. But we may play around with the idea of adding minis to the previous sets. So
Nice.
That's going to be an interesting way and see how that works. So I don't know exactly where we're going to slot all the upcoming minis into the next update, but obviously there should be a minute explaining all that stuff. So yeah, that's the current idea. I don't think we will have like a legendary plus or whatever, brand new set. But again, we're not 100% clear on this, so I need to also take a look at like what the actual plan is. And yeah, I'm actually taking a look at that next week or so. So I'm as I mentioned, I need to start building actual patch notes for the game, for the update, at least the draft, like rough draft. So once I find out, I will shoot a minute and then explaining which one is going to go where.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Alrighty. Well, that was really cool, chill chat. Some unexpected content just popped up out of nowhere. Santo, good luck with the edit. You will have 90 minutes of, well, less than 90 minutes because we started like 20 minutes after because of the technical issues. But
We fixed one bug
that
and
was really
another one
fun.
pops back up.
Yeah, I mean, so I cannot wait for you guys to see what we're cooking. We're cooking a lot, and then content creators are gonna get some sneak peeks relatively soon, and then from that point. By the way, bring back roundtable. What's going on? Where's the roundtable?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Um,
Yeah,
maybe.
I will look into roundtable, I guess.
Okay, good. Because I like to listen to those, and even like I wish it had a little bit more kind of structured agenda to it. But you know, for example, create like a Google Doc, and then like one creator has to have like at least two topics, and then you just shuffle them in different order, and then the discussion starts.
Yeah.
That'll be sweet, because then you can kind of like segment the discussion in certain topics, and then people can listen to all that stuff. Yeah, because I really like this kind of like chill, not chill, but like more like creator discussion. Because a lot of creators have different opinions, and I really wish to kind of have like a nice debate around certain things.
Right.
So yeah, it's a little bit of a feedback. I like to listen to podcasts in general, and this would be really good.
Yeah, I'll look into
So yeah.
that. I think I can figure that out. I had one planned for when update dropped, but TwitchCon and everything was going on, so nobody had time, and I kind of just forgot about it. But yeah, maybe
Yeah.
when update 9 drops, I will gather the creators around, and we can get something going.
Nice. Yeah, and
Yeah,
also like maybe
we'll do it.
it's interesting because maybe when sneak peeks are like finalizing and the update is about to drop, there could be like a very short roundtable where like every creator is doing like predictions on the content that's been announced, or like how is it going to do in the live game, right? Like because at that point they have already played the actual dev build.
Right.
So they've played it in the bubble, right? Like they played it in like a closed environment. But very often they cannot predict how that content is going to actually perform in the live game. So it'd be pretty cool to kind of like sit down and be like, all right, I play with this for like 5 hours or 10 hours.
Yeah, search Clash Mini
This is
Stage
what I
channel
think,
on YouTube, and
let's see if I'm
you'll be
right
able to find
when
it.
the
It's
update
from
drops.
Santo.
And we come back and see the predictions and see who had the highest percentage of like predictions, because it's kind of fascinating when people like said no movement is going to destroy the game, and then actually made the game better and stuff like that. Like so it'll be very curious to
I
see
did
how
that.
that goes.
I said
But
that.
it's a small thing to think about. I don't know. It's just my kind of wish list. Put it in a backlog and think about it, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to do it,
He called me out without calling me out.
and then I think it will be pretty entertaining content as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you guys don't give the creators last-minute homework to get the sneak peeks out, you know, I'm sure they'll have time to hop on a roundtable.
Yay! Thanks,
Yeah,
Draco.
I mean, also like again, it can be very short as well. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be like an hour long. It can be like 10 minutes, rapid fire. Here is all my predictions about a certain thing, and done. Right? Like it should be straightforward. Because I like to see like how many people can actually have like a prediction mindset and like understand the live game versus the dev build.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for joining. That was amazing. Lovely to meet both of the mods. You guys are great. Thank you so much for running all this show. I will love to hop in more often and just chat like this. And again, we're going to be off sometime from February 8 or 9 for around 10-ish days, and then we are going to be back with a lot of info to drop. So it's not going to take too long.
For your vacations, I guess.
Exciting.
Yeah. Happy early Lunar Year vacation.
Yeah,
I can't wait
happy.
to see your Reds posts on the on Shanghai. Was it Shanghai?
Yes. In mini video that's coming later today, I also said follow me on Threads if you want to find some be kind of like just live content, like things that I do, like
True.
also off like office, because I think like that is also pretty valuable to kind of share something that you've never seen before because a bunch of you never visited. So it's a little bit of a like a fun little trip with me. And so yeah, threads.net at actually, yeah, fun story. I changed my username because I wanted to have like a little bit more fun username instead of just like official username. Oh yeah, I should change that on my maybe on my Discord as well, but maybe not. So yeah, thanks all, and I'll see you after LNY.
All right, so that was the stage channel. I'll probably do a video recapping like the major information, so talking about like update 8.5, friends list, clans, all that stuff. So there will be like a summary video, and I'll kind of like share my thoughts on everything about that too. But yeah, that's going to do it for this stream. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Appreciate it. It was a fun one. Didn't really talk much, and that's fine. We were just listening to the stage channel. It was definitely more of a chill stream today. So hopefully people kind of enjoyed that vibe a bit, where we just kind of hung out, played games, listened to the stage channel. We'll probably have... As I face you, GG. Hey, GG's. We'll probably have normal videos coming out. I will be traveling for work this week, so I'll try to get video. So there won't be a stream on Thursday, but I'll try to get a video out for Thursday. So that way it'll be uploads tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, instead of just Thursday, Friday. But thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it, and I will talk to y'all in the next one. New season starting on Thursday, so I'll miss the season launch for stream, but is what it is. But thank you for hanging out with me. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. See you later. It's out.